Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining me again, like always, and my name is Kendra. Today's class is yoga for the lower body. If you're feeling like you need some love and you need to open up those calves, hamstrings, and hips, then this class will be perfect for you. Whenever you're ready, hop onto your mat and we'll get started. In a comfortable seated position, let the right leg be crossed in front of the left. Find yourself grounding the sit bones onto your mat. Place the fingertips out behind you and use the hands grounding onto the floor to help support the upper body. Lengthening the spine, crown of the head moving up towards the ceiling. Soften the shoulders. Taking a couple breaths, elongating the inhalation and the exhalation. Wonderful. Inhale the arms up overhead. With the spine nice and long, exhale, hinging forward. Let the torso lengthen over the legs. Release the hands onto the mat. Either pausing right here, or if you feel like you can go a little bit farther, you could always release down onto the forearms. Ground into the hands, inhale, carry the torso all the way back up through center. Cross the left leg in front of the right. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, lengthen the torso over the legs. Releasing the hands onto the floor. So even if you can come down onto your forearms, at first, pause on the palms. Focus on taking deep, full breaths. And then once you feel settled, if it's available to you, then you can come down onto your forearms. Don't force yourself to go any farther. You'll know. If your breath gets short and shallow, or you feel like you're tightening up even more to get farther, don't do it. It's not worth it. You're not getting any farther. You don't have to go to the farthest point. You go wherever your body allows you today. Ground into the hands, inhale, lengthen up. Good. Straighten the legs out in front of you. Turn to this side. Shake out the legs. Move the glutes out of the way so that you can feel your sit bones grounding on the mat. And then look down at your feet and let all 5 toes, 10 toes, all 10 toes, move up towards the ceiling. Good, especially the baby toe on both sides. Because when we're tight in our calves and our hamstrings, the baby toes are going to want to point down towards the floor. So try and invite them up towards the ceiling. Already, this can be very challenging. I know for myself, I start to feel like my back is rounding, this is not a very good look. So if you feel that in your body, then please take the hands out behind you, once again grounding the fingertips onto the floor, and then use the hands to help the spine elongate. Crown of the head moving up towards the ceiling. If you're good, place the hands on top of the thighs. Beautiful. Now a small core engagement. As you inhale, carry the right arm up overhead. Inhale, carry the left arm. Exhale, hinging from the hips, let the torso lengthen forward. So release the hands wherever they fall. You may grab the toes. You may have them on top of the shins or even on top of the thighs. Find wherever you start to feel the stretch in the calves and in the hamstrings. And using your deep, full breath to help open up the body. Good. Keep the spine nice and long so that you can keep the stretch isolated in the calves and in the hamstrings. Inhale, lengthen up. Come onto your hands and knees into the tabletop position. Go ahead and step the right foot forward in between the hands. Place both hands on the mat on the inside of the right foot. And then heel toe the right foot towards the right side of your mat. Grounding the hands onto the floor. Keep the right knee stacked on top of the right ankle. Now you should start to feel a stretch in the front of the left quad and in the right hip and groin. If you need to go a little bit farther, you can always bend the elbows, pausing halfway or releasing the forearms all the way down onto the mat. Heel toe the right foot back towards the center of your mat. And then continue to heel toe the right foot all the way towards the left. Release the right knee onto the mat. So for myself, I have to move the right heel closer towards the front of my pelvis. And then make sure that the left leg is straight out behind you. If you feel like you have a lot of space in between the floor and the right glute, then feel free to put a pillow underneath the right glute or maybe a block if you have one. Now notice the hips. So make sure that you're slightly drawing the right hip back as the left hip slightly draws forward. Crown of the head lengthening up towards the ceiling. Awesome. Ground into the hands, tuck the toes of the left foot, and carefully lift the right leg from underneath you. You can ground both knees onto the mat. When you get there, shift the hips from left to right. Some small back and forth movement. Stopping at center. Step the left foot forward in between the hands. Place both hands so they're grounded on the mat on the inside of the left foot. Go ahead and heel toe the left foot closer towards the left side of your mat. Keep the left knee stacked on top of the left ankle. Great. Slowly heel toe the left foot back towards the center of your mat. And go ahead and heel toe the left foot all the way towards the right. And release the left knee in between the hands onto the floor, straightening the right leg down and back. So check in with the left foot. If you're really open in the hips, then your left foot is going to be moving towards the right side of your mat. If you're tight like me, then your left heel is going to be a little bit closer towards the front of your pelvis. Make sure that you're mindful of the left knee. If you're feeling any pain or torque, make sure, again, you're putting the left heel closer towards the front of the pelvis. Slightly draw the left hip back, right hip slightly forward, grounding into the hands, nice long spine. I like to come up onto my fingertips. It gives me a little bit more length in the spine. If you need that support underneath the left glute, feel free. If you have a block, put a block there or put a pillow or a blanket. With that all said and done, breathing deeply. Move any blocks or pillows out of the way. Sit down onto the left glute. Help yourself carry the right leg and wrap it all the way across the left leg. So we have the right leg crossed over the left, right foot is grounded on the floor towards the left. So check in with the sit bones and see if the right sit bone is grounded on the mat. If it's not and it's lifted and you're feeling very uncomfortable in this position, feel free to straighten the left leg. Exactly the same thing that you got going on here. Good, and then wrap the left arm around the right knee and take the right hand out behind you, grounding the right palm or fingertips on the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twisting towards the right. While you twist, there's no need to force the twist. Simply inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, gently twisting towards whatever side we're going towards the right. Breathing through the belly. Exhale, unwind back through center. Uncross the right leg from the left. Straighten the legs out in front of you. Cross the left leg over the right, grounding the left foot onto the floor. Stay right here, or you can bend the right knee and moving the right heel towards the left glute. Wrap the right arm around the left knee, left hand grounded on the floor behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist towards the left. Exhale, unwind. Uncross the left leg. Good, straighten the legs out in front of you. Slowly come onto your back, all the way down onto your mat. Release the legs onto the floor, arms down towards your torso, palms turned to face the ceiling. Close your eyes and give yourself a moment before you move on to your day or evening. Take a moment to pause. Being fully present in this moment. As always, take as much time as you need here, and thanks for joining me.